Peace. Peace to you all, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. It is I, me, solely, and out here spreading them good vibes, good energy, and hopefully today you get to feel it too. Damn, I just feel like I look so young today. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm out here spreading them good vibes, that good energy, and hopefully today you get to feel it too. Now we're gonna jump into the video and learn something new. Okay, so today we will be talking about Orion, the Orion constellation, and I guess, yeah, just the Orion constellation. And we'll also talk about, I think their name, these beings, I think they're Artarians or something of this nature, but yes, so let's jump right into it. So the Orion constellation, first and foremost, I want to say, I think it's 8-dimensional. It's an 8-dimensional construct, and it is said that it is the Orion constellation, the Orion system, is of high polarity. There are polarities of positive, good, light, and then there are also polarities of negative, evil, bad, or however, darkness, however you want to call it, however you want to perceive it. So it is said that there are two counsels. There is the dark, and then there is the light. And these two counsels they're not particularly clashing against each other. Like, yes, they coincide with one another. It's kind of like the yin and yang symbol, you feel me? Like the yin and yang symbol, they kind of coincide with one another. And what they're doing is they both have a job to fulfill. So it's like the light has a job that it's fulfilling, that it's working upon, that it's doing, and so does the darkness. And it is said that it's kind of like Ma'at, you feel me? Kind of like the ideology of Ma'at, and how Ma'at, she is who we go to when our soul dies. I mean, when we transcend from this physical body and our soul goes to the afterlife. I don't even know why I did this, because the afterlife, there's no need for let me just stop talking and let me recalibrate, I guess. I think that's the word. But yeah, so it's kind of like these Artarian beings, I mean, the council, the dark and the light council, it is said that they are who you go through when your soul is either trying to, in a sense, descend or ascend. So we are not allowed or able to ascend into the 9th, 11th, and 10th council, 9, 11, and 12th dimension, unless we pass through the 8th dimension, the Orion system, the council, the light and the dark council. As what they do is, the light, the dark, it absorbs the light, so it, in a sense, absorbs you. It absorbs you, and it sees like what your soul, and the things that might be missing, or the things that are your Gucci on, and ultimately it's like you also have to go through initiations and certain tests, and it's like if your soul passes it, then you are liable to join, because it's like once we leave the 8th, once we leave like the 8th dimension, and we're going to the 9th, 10th, and 11th, and 12th dimension, then now we are, in a sense, more perceiving unity. These are oneness consciousness. Like, these beings, they operate at a consciousness of oneness. And to a degree, so do the beings of the 8th dimension. Like the beings of 8 dimensions, they also do too. But it's like I like to say, the farther away we are from source, the more separation becomes present, or apparent, rather, I should say. But the closer you become to source, the more you realize that separation is only an illusion, But damn, I look so fucking young. Whoa. That's crazy. It's crazy. What the fuck? Yo, I feel like I look like a little kid. This is crazy. I'm a Gemini though. You know what they say about Geminis? Never growing up. But yes. Let me jump right back into the freaking video. Whew. And I'm at the mountains right now. I'm like sitting at a cliff. You know, I don't even think you can see it. Well, yeah, you can. But it's like I'm sitting at a cliff. You know, so I'm very cautious. Like whenever I go back, 'cause it's like I don't know. You know, I mean, I be in commune with the mountains, and I know I'm safe. It's Gucci, but it's like, oh, hold on. I guess I just want to show you guys. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you real quick what I'm working with. I'm not really sure if you guys see anything, but it's like, but yeah. Cool. How was it earlier? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I guess I'm just distracted, but let's jump right back into the video. So yeah, you know, it's like before you can join the oneness, in a sense, your soul has to be to a degree of purity. You know, it has to be like in a sense of pureness. Should I say that? Of pureness? But yeah, you know, because it's like if you join, no. You guys see that thundering? Yeah, they're like rain clouds back there, but it's like I really hope it doesn't rain because I just don't want to get wet today. But it is what it is, you know. If it rains, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool, all Gucci. And it's fucking freezing out here, yo. Yeah, I think I'll add like the fogs, like, you know, the because earlier there was like crazy amounts of fog, you know, and I think I'll add that like at the end of the video or something. But yes, back to the video. Yeah, you know, so it's like your soul can't particularly still have karma within it, or like, yeah, it can be whole, it can not be whole, like it can be, in a sense, what's the opposite of wholeness? Halfness? I don't know, but it's like you have to have like a soul that is, in a sense, complete before you can join the oneness, you know, because once you ascend, like I said, to ninth and so on, then you, in a sense, join this oneness construct, this oneness unity energy, and it's kind of like the eighth dimension is kind of like this too, you know. But yeah, so it's like the dark, so the dark council, they're like dark, what is this called? Dark vortex. What the fuck is? Are you kidding me right now? Like, you know those vortexes that pull things in? Oh my god, how am I gonna forget this? This is like so easy, you know. Pretty sure someone out there called it a black hole. That's what it is, a black hole. Yeah, so they're like, in a sense, black holes, and they suck the light in. So it's like they you know, they're responsible, in a sense, for, like, I guess, absorbing your light and seeing what it is, and tracing any negative or whatever, you know, any negativity and things of this nature. And then what the light the light council does, in a sense, is they kind of take you, and this is where soul contracts are made, you know. This is where you agree to certain terms and conditions. This is where you agree that, yes, I agree that my soul needs to go through this, to go through that, in order for it to ascend. You feel me? This is like, and this is what the light council does. They, in a sense, take you, and they give you certain paths that you will need to walk. They will give you certain trials and tribulations that you will need to go through in order for your soul to ascend, in order for you to, in a sense, be whole, to be complete once again. Yes, and it is said that in the ancient Egypt, ancient Kemet, right? It is said that I think it was the pyramids, maybe, because yes, the pyramids are places of initiation as well. The pyramids in a sense were like areas where the priests and the priestess would come through and connect with higher dimensional beings. And God, guys, it is such a nice. The weather is so nice, for me, yes, but it's like it's hella cold out here though. I can tell that it's hella cold out here, but it's because I think I'm used to it, so I'm enjoying the weather. I'm enjoying it. I think it's nice as hell. It's nice. It's hella nice, really nice. But yeah, earlier it was just foggy as fuck. I keep getting distracted. But yeah, so the priestess and the priest, it is said that they had also contact with these Orion beings, predominantly the light council, or just the Orion beings in general, because you do got to keep in mind that the Orion constellation is of two polarities. There are dark side and good and light side. Like a lot of reptilian beings reside on this. A lot of reptilian beings reside in this Orion constellation. There are like, and you know about reptilians, right? Like on my reptilian video, I also explain, the Orion reptilians. I kind of go in depth into them. So the Orion reptilians, they are most definitely very fucking dense. In appearance, you gotta keep in mind they're reptilian, so they have reptile-like appearance. You feel me? And in appearance, they are scaly, I would presume, So okay, so when I look, it's like I don't particularly see scales. Whoa. I don't really see scales. It's more like hard, rough skin. It's kind of like the Thing, like the Thing from Fantastic Four, but not really. Kind of like that. That'll just kind of give you an idea. And then it's like they're like huge fucking beings, like they're huge with red eyes and black skin. Now, we human beings on this earth are either retarded or we're just colorblind, because never mind, I'm not even gonna go there. But it's like, okay, I guess I will go there, because it's like truly there is no such thing as like a black human being, as we are all just simply shades of brown, shades of brown. But that's another video. I am most definitely gonna make a video on race, because I made this post, right, and it was like I was just breaking down race, from not just a subjective standpoint, but from like a scientific standpoint, going into genes and shit like that, and it was like undisputable, like no one could have said shit to the shit that I was saying, but it's like, it's a real thing, like we're all so, I don't even know why I went there, oh my god. But it's like we're also, but I feel like once I open something up, I have to close it, like I have to finish it, but yeah, it's like we're all so confused around this race thing, but yeah, I'll most definitely make a video upon that as well. But yeah, so they're kind of very intimidating as well, but yes, a lot of reptilian beings as well. But yes, of course, even though these reptilian beings are warlike, they're very aggressive, very egotistical, negative. They're like the negative polar of the Orion system, but there are also light beings most definitely in this Orion system. But yeah, so I was just gonna say, these Egyptian beings, they had contact, or yeah, they had contact. Yeah, I think they had contact with these Orion beings and other beings too, of course. And you know those, like, the pictures on the walls, the Egyptian walls, of like beings with like freaking animal heads and shit like that? Those weren't just, like, drawings just for drawings, but they're actually documenting certain events and scenarios that happen. Like, for instance, the beings with crocodile heads, these are actually reptilian reptilian beings. Reptilian beings. Actually reptilian beings, and so on and so forth, But yeah, it is also said that, these beings of the light council, they work with symbols and frequencies. To, like, in a sense, program your soul for its path, you can say. And it is said that they kind of gave the Egyptian beings the symbols, because when you think of Egyptians, you see symbols, and these Egyptians, they have symbols like the tell me why I'm thinking Enoch, but I know that Enoch is not it. What is that shit called? Like the cross, but it's like not a cross. It's and I know it's not Anubis, because that's like a god. Well, Anubis is more than just a god, right? Anubis, he is a god, a deity, but it's like, pretty sure that there's another thing corresponding with that word Anubis. Well, you guys get the point. It's crazy because, like, the picture of the word that I'm looking for is there, like, Still trying to think. Well, you know what? Who cares? Because I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about, But, like, the cross, that's like a cross, except at the top, it's not like a cross, if you guys get what I'm saying. And it's like the word is like at the tip of my tongue, but I just can't say it. But yeah, like, that symbol and other symbols, in a sense, were kind of given to them by these Orion beings. But yeah, okay, so in this constellation, there are beings who reside in the, I think it's called the Arturian. These are Arturian beings, but they reside in Arteria. It's too bad that I'm not good with these words. But yes, so in this Arterius or star system, rather, I should say, it is said that they have two stars, or two suns, or two stars. Sun and a star is the same thing, right? And oh yeah, that takes me back to the light council, So when I asked to, like, get an image of what they are and how they look, I ultimately seen an 8-pointed star, like a star with 8 points, a star that has like 8 points, and it's like, to a degree, this 8-pointed star, you're not really gonna see an 8-pointed star from far away. What you are gonna see, though, is like light, like shimmering light. And it is said that when they appear to the Egyptians, they look like light clouds, they look like colorful light clouds, which is pretty cool. Yo, this shit is fucking crazy. Rick and Morty, right? They actually made they made an episode on an Arcturian being, there is this one episode, like the fart. If you watch Rick and Morty, then you would know what I'm talking about, But there's this one episode where it's like they talk about the fart, or, well, Rick names the being the fart, But I think he talks about he came from like the 8th dimension or 11th dimension or something like this, something of that nature. Yo, oh my god, that shit is deep. Like, it's all about your consciousness, It's all about what you know, because it's like, for instance, my siblings, they be putting on cartoons, and I be in the living room and I just be doing my thing, like on my laptop or something, on my phone or something, and then it's like, for instance, like I watch along too, because it's like I'm just doing my thing, and then like on the cartoon they're dropping some deep shit, and it catches my attention, and I'm just watching, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck, like what the fuck, like damn, they putting all of this truth, like all of this deep shit in these cartoon like shows, I guess you can say. Like for instance, there's this show, it's called Ninjago, it's like a Lego show, and it's all about these ninjas and shit like that. And that show, it has, it has some crazy shit to it as well. It's like, it's interesting. But yeah, I did say it was cold out here, right? But it's nice though. I also like how, like, I'm like in tune with my environment in the sense of like the weather, because I love the sun. When it's sunny and it's hot out, I can go and in a sense strip and sunbathe. You feel me? But it's like I can do this, like even the cold. I'm cool with the cold, But I would rather, of course, be living in the sun. But I welcome the cold as well. It's cool too. But yeah, so these beings who reside in this Arcturian star system, they're 8-dimensional beings. They don't particularly have physical bodies like us, as to say that their atoms are vibrating at a at the speed of light. But I also really feel like light comes through differently depending on the dimension you're on. Like, the light we see, like the light that this sun emits, I really feel like is different from the light that a sun, or maybe not. But I do know that there's crystalline light. Whoa. Actually, I'm gonna go with what I said, because I just received the download that I was right, you feel me? But yeah, like I really feel like lights at different dimensions, in a sense, are kind of different, like they kind of express themselves differently, and it's kind of a different essence to it, if you get what I'm saying. And you also do got to keep in mind that everything is happening on every it's like as above so below, so everything is happening at a microcosm level. Like the first, second, and third dimension are simply a reflection of the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension, and then the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension are simply reflections of the seventh, eighth, and ninth dimension, and so on and so forth, you feel me? And it's fucking crazy, y'all. It's like I'm on this manifestation, I guess, thing. What am I to name this as well? So it's crazy how just in sync this shit is, So I think it was like, yes, last month, but like before even last month started, I was asking for guidance, I was like, help me manifest this. Like I was really trying to manifest something, but not just something that was short term, but long term, and then I was in a sense guided to the sequence 369, and my understanding of what 369 was, and it's like, it's cool to know something, but once you're applying what you know, then that's a whole different story, like, because knowledge without application is truly dead, it's worthless, it's meaningless. Like, for instance, my understanding of the 369 energy, I decided that I was going to use this understanding to manifest, and that's what I'm doing right now. So, yeah, I was like, so I understand that when we talk about manifestation, that the energy you put into something is the energy in turn you will return. So I was thinking, like, if I want something long term, then it only makes sense to me that if I put a shit ton of energy and I focus and I like channel all that energy in throughout 9 months, then I will surely manifest what it is I desire, you know. And it's like, let me see, it's only been the first month, you know, and I already have been manifesting shit, and I'm just like, whoa, imagine what I'm gonna receive. And it's like, earlier I was just sitting down, you know, and it's like, I'm not even, well, you're never not supposed to be anywhere, you know, because it's like you will be where you are to be. But yeah, I was like, because it wasn't a plan for me to come to the mountains, you know, like this kind of just happened, and I was just flowing, I was just going with the flow, and I was just like, okay, but I was, you know, told that next month is the time when I would need to integrate the mountain, the energy of the mountains and things of that nature, you know. But yeah, so when I come here, I am surrounded, you know, by just so many beings and so many energies and consciousness, you know, and other dimensional beings. And it's like, I've channeled the Palladians before while I was here. I've channeled like the natives, like shaman natives, yeah, I've channeled them. And I've also like, okay, so there was this one time, right, where my guide was just like, you need to go to the mountains, like, you need to go, like, there's something going down at the mountains, you know. So I was like, okay, so then I go, and then I'm just sitting in meditation, and then boom, I get, in a sense, projected into this, like, I feel like it was like a light, like a council, you know. It was like the Federation of Light, or like it was just like a council, you feel me? Like, I was in this place, and there were other beings as well, other light beings, and I presume I was in my light body as well, and there were other light beings, you know, and we're all sitting in like this fucking big ass table, right? It was like kind of like, when think of like a meeting, you know, like those big ass corporation meetings that they have, and you know, there was like, I think there was at most like either 12, there was probably like 12 of us, you feel me? Yeah, you know, and we were all just sitting, and I don't know, I think I was like either at the end of the table, or at this side of the table. I'm not at the end of the table or at the right side of the table. I'm not really sure which one. But yeah, and then because this happened a year ago, right? And then yeah, you know, it was like this meeting, and there was like this angelic being, and it was the one which was running the meeting, you know, and I was there as well. And yeah, you know, I mean, I guess to a degree I remember what was discussed, but I feel like this isn't information for me to share. But yeah, you know, it was also very interesting, because it was like, when I would have a question or something, then it was like I would ask, but the crazy thing was, like, when I would ask, I would get teleported into like the being's office, you know. It was like I would ask, and then boom, it would just be me and it, and we would be in a secluded place, you know, where there was nothing, no one, nothing else, just me and it, you know. And it was, you know, and it's like, when you think about it, this makes sense. Like, when you ascend, in a sense, you start transmuting space and time, you feel me? Like, that isn't really existing. And yeah, I guess that was just a cool experience. And I know that next month, when I'm coming through and I'm doing all of this, that I'm most definitely gonna be channeling and like connecting with spirit. Yeah, connecting with other dimensional beings, rather, I should say. But yeah, I'll bring that up because it's like, it's crazy, because what I realized is that, so this, because, you know, I have 3 sections for this manifestation, and every section is 3 months, so that's 3, which is 9 months. And what I realized, I'm in the second month in, you feel me? And what I realized was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, these are technically these are like mini, it's like a mini reflection of the micro, you know. It's like a mini reflection of the bigger plan, because it's like 3, 6, 9, you feel me? And I realized that right now I'm on the portion of 3, you know, where I am like focused on energy and like getting things done. It's kind of like receiving, producing, maintaining. That's what I realized That's what I'm doing right now. I'm receiving the energy, I'm producing with the energy that I'm maintaining later on. And it's like, this is kind of what's been going on even on this month. Like last month, the first month, I was literally receiving information, and now I'm producing with the information I have. I'm producing health, you feel me? And then next month I realized, like, what I was guided to do, that what I'm gonna be doing next month is gonna be like maintaining, and I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. Yeah, I guess I just went off on a little tantrum right there. Is that even a word? I hope it is. But yeah, everything is simply a reflection. Everything is a reflection of the microcosm. And I went so far that now I don't even know why I brought that up. But yes. So these beings, residing on this constellation, they too, like I said, they're light beings. They have atoms that is vibrating their atoms is vibrating at the vibration of light, at the speed of light, right? I should say. But also, it's like they live on this planet. You feel me? And of course, everything is eighth dimensional. Everything is not physical. Everything is energetic. They live on this planet or plane, however you want to perceive it. And they too, well, yes, they live, there's like, yes, separate entities, but they all live under one consciousness. It's like it's a collective. It's a collective. Yes, a collective. So it's like a bunch of them, right? But they're all living under one consciousness. Beautiful thing about these beings is they have the ability to project themselves into other beings, predominantly lower beings, and yes, other beings, so I presume, around their constellation, around their system as well, but predominantly like lower entities as well. So they have the ability, when welcomed, like, because free will is like something that is unfuckable with, like you can't really fuck with it. But it's like, I feel like with karma being in the equation, like when you do some fucked up shit, then you are willingly welcoming some fucked up shit to come back into your life. You feel me? That's still like a form of free will, as like you have the free will to do something, and your free will in turn will act upon it. I feel like I'm confusing it, but it's like you have the free will to act. So depending on your action, if you use your free will to do some good shit, then that free will in turn is gonna produce you dharma, good karma. But it's like if you do some fucked up shit, then you are free willingly saying that, yes, I am welcoming in negative energy into my life, if you get what I'm saying. So it's kind of like these beings have the ability also to like project into lower beings and things of this nature, but they kind of need permission, or like we kind of need to open up. But it's like, it's not all beings are like, positive or things of this nature. So not all of them are like this. Like some of them will be like, fuck you, my bad, I never should have flipped anybody off. But it's like, they're like, who cares? Like, I don't really care who you are, this is me, and this is kind of like how the reptilians are. They're kind of predominantly about power, they're predominantly about self, like they don't understand the love of power. They're more about the power of love, if you get what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, so them it might be more negative, but these beings, they're predominantly yeah, it's like if you welcome in, then they will come through, and most of the time they don't really project into I don't think they project into 3-dimensional bodies. It's more like our 4th-dimensional body. So your dream body is actually a 4th-dimensional body. When you are dreaming and you perceive your body, then most of the time it's a 4th-dimensional body, But yes, they have that ability to project into those bodies, and they can project into a body and experience a being's consciousness, and in a sense be you for a specific amount of time. It's kind of like what's that word? When you get taken over by a ghost. But yeah, it's kind of like that, It's kind of like being the word is not coming to me either. Possessed, yeah, that's the word. An ankh, that's it. That's the word I was looking for earlier. An ankh. An ankh. Earlier when I was talking about like the symbols and shit, and I was like, what is this word? It finally came to me. But yeah, the word I was looking for earlier was an ankh. Like the ankhs, right? That's it. Ankh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Possessed, kind of like possessed, but it's like, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But they have that ability in a sense to project their consciousness into other beings. If that being is open to receiving and things of that nature. As an actuality, it's actually like, wait, no, I'm getting too far. I'm getting too far for my own sake. But yeah, predominantly projecting themselves into like our dream bodies and things of this nature. But it's like, so like I mentioned, these beings are collective, so it's one consciousness. It's just one consciousness harboring or housing a multitude of beings. So it's kind of like, so I want to say this, like when they project their consciousness, even the one being, it's not particularly like all of it is coming through, but it's like some of it projects a piece of itself onto you. So it's kind of like it's simultaneously existing in two places at once. Like it's existing with you, yes, but it's also still existing there, and it's conscious about it as well. And that, never mind, I should have said that earlier if I was gonna say it. But it's kind of existing with you as well. So I guess I'll share a cool story with the Palladians and these beings, these Arterian and fuck, I forgot their name. Orion, Antorian, yeah, I think that's the name. Antorians, Anterian, Antorians, Anterian, Antorian. Yeah. So back to the video, right? So these beings, so let's talk about the Palladians. Palladians, they have a meditation, that takes them years upon years, in a sense, to truly get to the meditation, or like the meditation of itself takes about a couple years, you feel me? And it's like they use this meditation to heighten their consciousness so then they can connect with higher beings, and they do this because they're aware of these higher beings, they want to work with these higher beings, as it is a high privilege, for them to work with a light being from Orion, you feel me, like an 8-dimensional being. So one day, one of the Palladians, it got there, in a sense completed the meditation, and it raised its vibration, and it got in contact with these Orion beings, of light, and it welcomed them in. So this Orion being projected itself onto the Palladian being, but I also want to say this, it's like the Orion beings, they enjoy doing this, as it's an expansive experience, but on top of that, it's pleasurable, I guess, to a degree. You can kind of also say, the joining of two is also, I guess you can say, pleasurable as well. But yeah, so this Orion being, so I also want to say this, they have complex like gate systems and things of this nature that allow them to project themselves into these lower dimensions. So this Orion being projected some of its consciousness low into the Palladian, into like the 5th dimension, and it's 8-dimensional. So in a sense, it had to go through like these portals and things of this, like this vortex energy. Well, yeah, I guess I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, like a gateway, and it projected its consciousness to this gateway into the Palladian. But as it was going through this gateway, there's these beings. They're called I think the Dinars, the Dinar. When I think of the Dinars, there's this show, it's called Doctor Who. Like, when I think of the Dinars, I also think of like the Daleks, or the Daleks. Cause yeah, but back to the video. As these the Dinar beings, they're very negative in their energy. They also come from the Orion constellation, because they're very negative in their energy. But yeah, so as this being was projecting, it projected some of its consciousness down into the Palladian. But as it did this, the Daenerys, right? The Daenerys, they are of 8-dimensional beings, but yes, of the Orion, right? I should say Orion constellation. But they decided to come down into like the 5th dimension, where the Palladians, or the Pleiades, rather I should say, and using imploding stars. So an imploding star, in a sense, is like a black hole, I kind of want to say, or like a star that's exploding into itself. They found a way to use these imploding stars, to create black holes, which can act as energy vortexes. Well, a black hole is already an energy vortex, in a sense, you feel me? But yes, they use this technology, so then they can entrap certain beings that were coming from higher dimensions into the Palladius, or into the lower dimensions. So as this being was descending to merge with this Palladian being, its essence was caught in this vortex, this energy vortex that was set up by the Dinars. And originally it projected itself like a small piece of it seems foggy as hell, you feel me? So I turned around, because it was foggy as hell earlier. But yeah, so these Daenerys beings, put it there. Wait, yeah, I was talking about the other being. So yes, this Orion being, it projected only some of its essence, some of its consciousness down into the Palladian. But as some of its consciousness was coming down, the vortex kind of it got trapped inside the vortex, and the vortex kind of pulled all of its essence in. So this being, it kind of got sucked in, all of it, into the lower dimension, the 4th dimension. And in a sense, it kind of got trapped inside of this, like, the dream world, or the 4th dimension, the 4th dimension, or the lower dimensions, rather I should say. And so these beings, right, the are Antarians. Well, they come from Orion, regardless to say. So these beings, right, they also have the ability to, I guess you can say, dream up realities. They can dream realities, So because there were certain soul contracts that this Orion being had with this particular Palladian being, and it was kind of, in a sense, entrapped. It kind of gave it this technology, this ability to dream up worlds and dreams and things. I mean, to dream up realities, and these Palladian beings, they use this technology to dream up certain realities, which they can use as schools, which they can use as schools to learn how to operate in the higher dimensions and things of this nature, and it's like Dolo, the pilot man, or flight boss, he said something about fuck the Palladians, right? And he was going all in on them, and he was just talking about how all they really want to do is create another Earth, and they, in a sense, want us to, like, they want to create Earth 0.2, like 2.0, like the same shit that's going on right now, in a sense, but like filtered through Pallades, or the Palladians, But yeah, he was talking about this, and yada 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 yada, and it's like, you gotta keep in mind that Never mind, never mind. But yeah, you know, he was just talking about this and that, and it's like, I mean, I guess I can kind of see his point on that, you know, because it's like, you do got to keep in mind that I just said that these beings, the beings from the Orion gifted these Pleiades beings the ability, in a sense, to create or dream up. Should I say create or dream? Well, regardless to say, in a sense, technology for them to be able to create realities, you know, realities or dream up realities, one or the other. But it's like, even the dreams you're having, those two are realities. If you didn't know, like that, your dream is as real as your real life. You feel me? Some even say that the dream world and actuality is more real than this life. Maybe it is a possibility, as to a degree, this life is in a sense a simulation. You know. Oof. Okay, so is that pretty much it for the video? It's been 45 minutes. But yes, I think that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Ooh. Feels so good to be alive, right? Guelph Smart says. Man, so fucking nice. Well, I guess I also want to say this, you know, oh yeah, that's right. Earlier when I was talking about manifestation and things of that nature, you know, and it's crazy because it's like I was doing all of these things, you know, and I was so in tune and synchronized because like I was doing all of these things, like structuring, projecting out into the universe what I wanted and things of this nature, you know. And then I'm an astrologer, guys, right? So and then I was looking at the transits and things of this nature, and I was looking at the Capricorn energy, like Jupiter and Capricorn and like Saturn, like, you know, all of this Capricorn energy. And like I was just like, yo, that's crazy, because it's like with that Jupiterian Capricorn energy and the Jupiter Capricorn energy, but then like Jupiter being in conjunct with like Saturn and like all of these things. And then keep in mind my south node is in Capricorn as well, so it's like the south node, because the nodes right now are in the south. The north node is in Cancer and the south node is in Capricorn, and it's like it's all aligned, you know, like with like the nodes are aligned with mine, like they're conjuncting my nodes as well. But on top of that, wow, so it's like right now I feel like right now what I'm doing is I'm in a sense, yo, damn, man, hold on, damn, the light is bad, fuck it. Like, but yeah, like right now I feel like what I'm doing is in a sense like merging what I had from the past life. So that Capricorn 10th house energy, you feel me, that ability to hone in and have the ability to focus upon what I want career wise, like grind, hustle, and things of this nature. But I'm also in a sense mixing it in with that north node in Cancer, you know, which is like in a sense all about finding home again, you know. So how can I say this? Like, I feel like it's all about reconnecting to my essence, you know, like reconnecting to my family. And I feel like that's to a degree also what I've been doing. Like, I've really been reconnecting to like my galactic family, if you get what I'm saying. But on top of that, like also utilizing my intuition and using my intuition and spirituality and, you know, all of these things in a sense to get what I want. Because, you know, it's like the thing about Cancer and Capricorn is they're like the masculine and the feminine, you know, Capricorn being masculine and Cancer being the feminine. And in a sense they kind of, you know, play the yin and yang. And it's like, whereas the Cancer energy, she can just sit and tell the universe what she wants and attract it through magnetism, as the feminine is all about magnetism. Whereas, you know, Capricorn is all about going out and getting it. But it's like, now in this life, instead of going out and getting it, I need to learn to sit back and just receive it, to sit back and just get it in, you know, like just take that shit in. But yeah, I think it's beautiful. That's what I feel like I've been doing. But yeah, it's like this is a perfect time for like manifestation. But it's kind of like you will ultimately manifest the shit that you put in. Like, because the Capricorn energy and then Saturn and like Pluto and all of these being in Capricorn, this is a very karmic energy. It's all about karma. And since it's all about getting in what it's all about receiving what you getting back what you were giving out. So it's like whatever you were giving out previously was in a sense what was setting you up to now receive what it is that you are receiving. And it's crazy because what's her name, I said, she was talking about from Lucid Living TV. She was talking about how I think like 3 months ago she was talking about how like around this time like there's these gates that open up that in a sense like a restart, and you kind of have a choice as to what kind of life you want to live, just depending upon the energies that you are projecting. Like let's say you're in a cycle, and it's like if you choose to break that cycle, and if you choose to trust the universe and see what happens, then the universe will in a sense reward you and gift you. But it's like if you choose to stay in that relationship that isn't working, or like that job that isn't working, but you choose to stick onto it due to fear, what's gonna happen is you're gonna go through 12 more years of that. Like you're gonna experience 12 more years of that. But it's like, yeah, I don't know, but that's beautiful too, because that's synchronized. That's aligning with the information that the stars are saying technically. But it's crazy because like it was like before I looked at the stars, it's like, to be honest, like yes, being an astrologer and like studying astrology and things of this nature is very helpful, very beneficial. But it's like you can't also just be in tune, like you can't just feel the energies as well. As like, yeah, I was feeling these energies, and I was just like being influenced by the planets. And I guess it's like once you understand astrology, you know how the planets are influencing you, but regardless, they're influencing you as well. But yeah. I guess this has been my video. Geminis know how to talk. How is this video gonna be an hour long? That's what I'm curious to know. Like how is it already 52 minutes long? Like, But I mean, I know that I don't just talk about nothing. So it's like every word I speak hopefully was helpful. Yes, but this has been me solely. I hope you enjoyed, and like I say, namaste, and you have a beautiful day, you beautiful soul.